Welcome to this channel. So I often get messages from our martial art friends, which including the traditional Chinese Kung Fu practitioner, Wing Chun practitioner, and the practitioner of other styles, asking me to share the comparisons of the body handling between the uh, today's 1960s versions of Wing Chun and the 1850 version of Wing Chun. So today I like to share with you, and I like to also address that this is the sharing of different technology, because the 1850s Wing Chun and the 1960s Wing Chun are really different. So it is not about talking about who is better, who is worse, and all those kind of stuff. It is just like if we compare the Apple phone and Android phone, there's the notion of it. So it is looking into the technical aspects. And what I'm going to share today, of course, is going to based on the General Qi Ji Guang chapter 14, because those are the standard reference, as I have presented in the my book, Kung Fu 1560. Those are, in that book, the General Qi Ji Guang's writing, and all those Ming generals writing and Shaolin writing. I don't have a single opinion on that. I just describe or translate what it is that they have talked about. So it is based on that, okay? And that is very important, because that is the reference, okay? That's the standard reference of Chinese Kung Fu. Now, if we look at the 1960s Wing Chun, as everybody know today, it's very popular today, is in the fighting aspect, you will say that it is a straight line art. Wing Chun is a straight line art. The closest between 2 points is a straight line. And then you rapid fire to the center line. Okay? And you have forward pressure. So in the fighting aspect of this type of art, it is described this way. And we also know that the 1960 versions of Wing Chun, if we use the General Qi Ji Guang classifications, it is a long fist type of art, because if this is the opponent, you stay away from the opponent with this range, and the weight is on the back leg. Okay, so you can see this in the 1960 versions of Wing Chun sets, such as your Sam Q and so forth. Okay, so that's how it is, as the how to say that, in the fighting aspects of this type of art. Now, for this type of art, the 1960 versions of art, it is rely on or support by something called structure. Okay, and in the usual way, common way, it would be a structure, clamping knees to protect groin. You have a structure, have a spine power, lifting anus, and then you want to have a center line, and the elbow is the immobile elbow, and it takes force from the opponent to your body down, and then you have the power of your elbow or your wrist, and so that you can deal with the opponent's strength. And there's mind power, where you use your mind to have power, and so forth. So those are the 1960 versions of Wing Chun. And it is rely really strongly, or it is based on the structure. So this type of art, we can categorize it as a structure-based type of art. Structure-based type of art. Now, for the 1850 versions of the Wing Chun, we know this type of Wing Chun is actually based on General Qi Ji Guang's Chapter 14 and Shaolin Sword Strike. So if you read my book, the Kung Fu 1560, Restricting Wing Chun, you can see that it is a straight, direct line from the General Qi Ji Guang down to Shaolin Sword Strike, down to 1850s Wing Chun in the Red Book. Now, this type of art, it is a momentum-based type of art, which is you can see it in the Q model in my other video. So that is a momentum-based type of art, very different than the 1960s structure-based type of art. And in this structure, in this momentum-based type of art, Wing Chun 1850 is classified as the sword strike uniqueness art, even though it consists of the long fist, the sword strike, and the ground fighting as the General Qi Ji Guang categorizations. It is a sword strike of art. Because it go in this close. This is opponent, it go in this close. The front leg, the weight is front leg, the body is front. This is for attack, this is for attack, this is for attack. Compare with the 1960 version, is always this way. Okay. And in this type of art, the Qi Ji Guang's concept is: one, do not resist and do not parry. Okay, say 不招不架，只是一下. You strike at the opponent, do not resist and do not parry. Because General Qi Ji Guang said, 犯了招架就有死下，就是 which mean that if you parry and resist, then you will get into a tangling and many ineffective move. So that is the General Qi Ji Guang's teaching. And also to further illustrate this, General Yi Dayu have presented that it always borrow others people's, make use of the opponent's momentum and borrows the opponent's strength. So all these details is in the my book Kung Fu 1560. Okay, how to do it with the timing and the angle of entering, so forth. So the 1850s Wing Chun is according to that, is based on that. Okay, and the so-called soft of the 1850s Wing Chun is accord with one of the four aspects of the Qi Ji Guang's teaching, or the chapter 14. Okay, the 1850s Wing Chun have the four aspects of the General Qi Ji Guang chapter 14. You have the complete four aspect. However, short strike art, it is soft because it is angling in. Okay, so the 1850s Wing Chun is actually, it is inherit the General Qi Ji Guang's Yi Da Yu, so forth, teaching from the Ming military, with the uniqueness from the Shaolin short strike, which is you get close into the short strike zone, okay, which is very different than the 1960s Wing Chun, when you stay here and then you go straight line blasting. Okay, so that is a momentum type of art. And also the 1850s Wing Chun is a body handling type with the 7 bowls, namely the 7 big joints, okay, the joints and the muscle related to it. And also it is a contracting and extending art. There's no structure there, okay, because you need to play the dynamic momentum games. There's no structure there. It is expand, contract, extend, and play with the 7 bowls. And very different than the 1960s Wing Chun, where you have a structure, you take force into your body, all sort of force handling, this kind of stuff. The force flow of 1850s Wing Chun is actually to untangle oneself. So say, if I get in, I want to untangle so that I do not tangle my arm or my attack with the opponent. Because General Qi Ji Guang say that no parry, no resisting, you just go straight in with the angle or the timing. Okay, and you need that handling of the strength or the force flow to not get tangled with the opponent. And also the force flow is for the inch power, okay, because when you're this close, you need the inch power, you need to generate that power, your body, your torque, and all kind of stuff. Very different than the 1960s. You put a hand out there, you have your time, you have your all the techniques, which is you try to handle, or you're handling the opponent's incoming force with your bridge hand and so forth, or your chi sao and so forth. So it's a different stuff. Okay, so hope that this gives you a comparison between the two arts. And so 1850s art is directly from Qi Ji Guang and Shaolin Ming military, and the 1960s art is a different type of art. It is, if you look at in today's way of Chinese martial art, is more into this internal art type of art, not the same with the general Qi Ji Guang type. Because if you look at internal art today, where they play Fa Jing, they play absorb force, those kind of stuff, while the general Qi Ji Guang is playing dynamic momentum, like in the Q model I have shared a few days ago in this channel. Now, to demo or let you see, I shouldn't say it's demo, to let you see the differences between the body handling of the 1850s Wing Chun and the 1960 Wing Chun is like this. 1960s Wing Chun, you see, usually it's kind of clamp the knee or slight open, okay? And then you have a center line. And then if you apply force this way, okay? Okay, or this way. Now, for the 1850s Wing Chun, it is apply force this way. Okay, so this is the way of the 1850s. This is the way of the 1960s. So you can see that how this influenced the breathing, the handling of the momentum and strength and so forth. So in the 1960, you see that the structure base, where this is like a solid down to the ground. The 1850 it is momentum based. You need to play with the momentum, or ready to play with the momentum. So hope that it show you how these two different type of arts are different.